Episode 149 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. We've got a great show today. We've got an amazing home by TI and another home that's going to be closer to where mine was before it burned down.
It sure is. And in our second segment, we're going to talk about getting to know us better.
I think that's a great idea. It's interesting because we have had clients in the recent future have actually, or past, have looked at the show, and it kind of was a great way for them to get to know us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really good way. So busy week. What'd you do last weekend?
Let's see. What did I do? I rode about 40 miles over the course of the weekend, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
On your bike?
Yeah.
Jeff's
2
got a
days of
bike.
riding.
Jeff has a Harley.
I know. If you add in the scooter time, it was probably a lot more than that because we spent probably 2 hours riding on Sunday on the scooters after we rode the bike. So
well, it was really pretty. So it was hotter than I expected. So we actually had a bunch of friends that came over and we watched the A&M play Colorado, and it looked like Colorado was actually going to pull it off, and it was very tense around the house because apparently everybody there was so into A&M. So needless to say, it all worked out in the last few minutes. So disaster averted.
college football.
Yeah, you and Ray get along real well.
Yeah,
Ray
right.
was on the show one time, and Ray loves him some college football.
Oh my gosh, he's
Air Force.
He's a UT grad, so his undergrad's from UT.
I thought he went to the Air Force.
He did Air Force Academy. That's a different level of training, education.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
anyway, state fair's about to start.
It is. What fried food will you be eating, Jeff?
You know what? I wrote this down. So
Oh my gosh.
The deep fried seafood gumbo balls have won 2 categories this year. So they won best taste in a savory product, and then they also won most creative. So that'll be the one that everybody's lined up for to try to overpay and try.
You know, I have limited experience at the fair, and the first year I got there, I saw the line for Fletcher's, and I was like, absolutely not, I'm not doing that. And I got the off-brand, we'll call it, and basically was told that didn't count. And so I finished eating that one, and I had to stand in line to eat yet another of the Fletcher's, and yes, Fletcher's is completely different.
It is completely different. Yeah.
And I was so excited because I always talk about how I want there to be a drive-through so I can just drive through and buy my fried gumbo or buy my Fletcher's at the fair and not actually have to go in. And so I was so excited when I heard, what was it, Golden Chicken was the one that got the Fletcher's during pandemic. I didn't think they stood up the same.
It's really different when they're standing there breading it in front of you and deep frying it right then and pulling it out and handing. It's different. It's so much fresher than a Golden Chick.
It was, and I love the corn dog, so I'm excited they're back, and I think there's like a big day when everybody gets together. It's a real tour and heads out there. So who knows? It's interesting. At least the weather's nice. Cooler in the mornings now, so it is fall for sure.
We went to a really cool brewery called the Rotator on Lemon. It's right there at Love Field.
By the new Callaways?
Yes, by the new Callaways.
Got it.
And it is really good. Food was good. Outdoor seating is great.
tried to do that
They've got fans. They've got games. So that's one of the places that we're going to start getting some people together.
That's a good idea.
It was fun.
I like that. It's a good area too.
It is.
Cool. Well, market-wise, same song, different verse.
Yeah, it is. It's looking very, very similar. It's what's interesting to me is we're not seeing that seasonal slowdown that we normally do this time of year. New listings are down a little bit. Back on markets are down a little bit. price decreases were up. I do think that there were a lot of property that came on that were expecting that to continue to see that price appreciation rate that we were getting. And I think people put a few things on that were overpriced. So 11% difference between last week and this in terms of number of price decreases.
So price increases are also up 1%. And I was really curious as to what is the price increase happening. And so opened that up and looked into that. And that is really a lot of new home constructions that get bumped up. So a new home construction could go in at frame stage, and by the time it gets ready to get closed, they have to increase the price. Some of the other things we saw were just clerical errors, where someone was putting in a house in for $349,000 when really it should have been $449,000. So just small little areas. Some of them did make sense. Some of them would be a $1,000 increase. Some of them would $10,000. At that point, I saw those, and I think we both thought, that's the seller telling the agent what to do. So,
Under contract in the option period was very similar. The rest of the numbers all look very, very similar to the week before. So,
absolutely, it was so interesting right now. It's just one of those. We're in this giant hold patterns. You and I put together our buyer seller list, and as you said when we started, it hasn't really tapered off. It has really. I feel like we have more now than we did, 30 days ago. So maybe it's just because our backlog, because it's more difficult to find what you're looking for.
it is, and we have brought a couple of properties on in the last few weeks that are have gotten good activity. We have gotten a couple of offers on them. Nothing's worked out quite yet, but that land that we have up in Princeton is really, I think it's going to take the right person, but it's really incredible value at 4.25 acres with 2 houses on it, both of them very, very livable. For $425,000.
I think the one that you talked to yesterday when they were talking about multi-generational, I think that has the most legs to it. I think they probably get to understand the property because it is such a really strong multi-generational family.
And then we just brought the townhome we talked about last week. We actually got that live in MLS, and so that's 36 miles. It's the 3-bedroom, 2-bath that's priced at $450,000, and that's right there in the middle of that really great neighborhood.
Yep. Gated, private, and 2-car garage. So, little great area.
So let's jump on and talk about the other 2 houses that we're going to talk about today.
All right, so the first one's going to be 6332 Bandera, and that's Unit D. And this is a really great area. If you're not familiar with this is what we also in Dallas call behind the pink wall. A really great walkable area. Lots and lots of trees in this area. It is a small, when we say walkable neighborhood, typically we think we're walking to something to be able to do or to enjoy. But Bandera is such a walkable street up and down. I feel like it is almost an evening track where people walk their dogs. I used to live back there, and so I really do know firsthand how enjoyable it is. And I think that it is the canopy of the oaks that allow people to really enjoy it in the middle of the summer, because it does feel a little bit like New Orleans, the way that it's set up with that canopy.
And they've got really wide streets, and people park on both sides of the street, but you don't feel cramped. When you're driving through there, you've still got room for 2 cars to pass pretty easily. Great restaurants right around there. There's Primo's Mexican Cafe, which is right there on Hillcrest and Northwest Highway, that we went to not long ago. That was really, really good. It was where the old Dish restaurant was. Then we
True Food is the other one.
yeah.
If you're really trying to work off the COVID food baby, this is a really great place to get in check. One of my favorite things that they have here, if you like coconut curry, they have some of the best coconut curry. I'm not sure it's on the menu, but you can ask for it. One of the other tips about this one is to sit outside if you can. Great outdoor area, plus it's not nearly as loud.
It's really not. And Preston Center's got all those really great restaurants in there. So you could, as long as you within walking distance to Preston Center, you have almost every cuisine that you would want there.
And Il Bracco, if you need Italian, that is amazing.
That is really good. That chicken piccata is amazing.
I love the chicken piccata, but if you want focaccia, like I feel like an Italian mom would make, their focaccia with whipped ricotta is out of this world. So I know it's lunchtime, and I am maybe we're going to go have lunch. All right, so let's get in and take a look at this place. This is a really unique one. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car carport. What's unique about this is that it's almost 2,100 square feet, and typically we don't see condos that are this big.
This is one of those older constructions that has really stood the test of time. It has been very, very well maintained from a exterior perspective. It's got the lobby entry where you have 2 units on the first floor. You come in, walk up a flight of stairs, and you've got 2 units on the second floor. This is one of those 2 units upstairs.
And the great thing about it is the windows that we're going to see throughout. And when you come in through this front door, they've done a really great job of creating this little gathering area where keys are easy.
Vestibule, entryway.
Put your shoes on, take your shoes off. And then they've done a really great job of creating a focal point architecturally so that you kind of rest before you walk into this great room.
And there are so many living areas in this 2,100 square feet. It's very, very surprising. You also have multiple dining areas. This is the formal dining area there. And then you also have this bar eat-up type dining area in the kitchen.
And it was a great kitchen. I think he did such a smart job. I wish we would see more islands like this back out in regular single-family homes. They did a really great job of also doing custom cabinetry and also shelving throughout this house that really kind of add to the use of the home, because when you get into a 2-bedroom, 2,000 square feet, you really want to make the most of every little space you have, and this place has done it. You don't feel like you're skimping or you're living without all of your accoutrements that make you feel like a home. And as you can see here, they have lots of little ones that are running around, and they've got all their little toys here and there.
And this is the bath that's in the guest room, and it's been beautifully redone. Weston pointed out to me that the wallpaper actually matches that window frame.
I loved it.
I'm sorry, mirror frame.
The mirror. So again, here, they've done a great job of continuing additional storage with their cabinet that were built in. These are really big bedrooms. They have lots and lots of natural light. And as we pivot into the master bedroom, you can see it also has a walkout balcony, just as it does on the other one, which again adds that extra light. And you can see here we've got plenty of high ceilings, and it just has a smart flow to these spaces. One of the things that we kept saying is that these don't feel like condos because of how large everything was.
And this is the master bath that's been done beautifully as well. The tiles surround all the way around, oversized tub. And then you have access to all the amenities of the property, just like this.
And this reminds me so much, I feel like you could shoot, if you are from the 90s or 2000, you know what Melrose Place is. This is a Melrose pool.
So 6332 Bandera, number D, is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car carport, built in 60, little over 2,000 square feet, and it's priced at $549,000, which is $263 a square foot.
And we'd like to say thank you so much to Lance Hancock for allowing us to feature your home. It's amazing. And in the comments below, you're going to see a link. Click on that link if you'd like more information about that property, see the pictures that we didn't use, look at it on the map, or if you'd like to take a look at it, let us know, and we'd be happy to make that happen.
So where are we going next?
Let's go to 7909 Greenhollow Lane. You had a listing over here.
We did. We had a house on Mill Grove that we sold a few months ago, back actually at the beginning of this year.
This is a really great area. It's a portion of Dallas that's just north of 635, just to the west of 75. One of the really great elements about this is its proximity to TI. TI is one of the semiconductor here in Dallas, and it is an easy get to, taking Spring Valley over 75, and there you are.
Coit Road is a really great access point. You've got a Costco not very far away. You've got some really great restaurants that are down toward the Forest Lane, and then also as you go up toward Beltline, there are some really good old style delis that as you go north of there that are just
a really good one.
Just fantastic places to go. This is in the Richardson School District, which is in the Metroplex, is one of the more sought after school districts. And this is Spring Valley Elementary is where this feeds into.
And the other thing just down the corner is Valley House Gallery, which is really amazing. The grounds there are amazing to walk on because it's also a sculpture garden, and so you get to see some really amazing art. We've been here for several art openings, and I've actually purchased one of the art pieces that they had. Their work is has more of a Americana feel to it, less geometrical, and it's much more emotional. So take a look at it. Great events if you can get on their mailing list.
It's a great place to go. You took me that one time, and I really enjoyed going because it's a different style of gallery than others because it is its own little house. It is on these really cool gardens, and so you get kind of the indoor-outdoor mixture. It's like going to the sculpture museum, like going to the Nasher.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So here we go, 7909 Greenhollow Lane. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage. It is 2,780 square feet. And it's really a great one. We were really surprised when we pulled up to this house.
This is a 2008 Tim Jackson custom build home. The home that was there burned down, and this was rebuilt on that spot. Really done very nicely with an open floor plan inside, formal dining room. This has the wide plank, white pine engineered floor that is just fantastic as it goes all the way through.
One of the other things they did is they paid attention to not just what makes a house pretty, but they also did really great job making 2x6 studs and then doing a closed cell foam insulation as well. You could tell in this house it was quiet, the temperature was nice, and then again we were looking at this double pane windows throughout and a really great kitchen that opens up to the full family room and to the dining room to the other side. Plus, you've got a little eat-in kitchen, and we love that the way that this was positioned on the lot, it really gave you a really wide backyard on this one.
It really did, and the living room is open from the kitchen into the living room, gas fireplace. You can see the little office nook over there to the side. That is the hallway that goes down toward the master bedroom, and it's just perfectly placed there. Again, open floor plan like everybody's looking for these days, but still you've got this good separation in the rooms as you need them.
Yeah, Stacey was really great when she showed us the house. It just all kind of made sense. One of the homeowners has a lot to do with commercial space, and you could tell that it was well thought out. Into the master bedroom you see here, we've got opens up with double doors into the master, double sinks. It just had a really clean flow. I like the fact that they went ahead and thought all the way through and used black hinges on the water closet that matched the actual black faucets, and it just kind of carried over. No cement block or glass blocks. You get the frosted windows. These are elements that we see so many times that the buyers want that we won't have to do it later on. And again, nice walk-in closet as well for this master.
Yeah, these were really great sized closets pretty much throughout the house. We're going to jump over into one of the guest rooms, and this is a really great sized room. As you can tell, you've got the queen size bed there with the chest of drawers that still leave you lots of room. This is the hall bath that services that bedroom and the other one. And then this is your favorite room.
I love split beds. I think it's really a great feature. One of the things to point out is the bedrooms are not all jammed together. And so one of the bedrooms is off by the kitchen to give you a little bit of space. This one is up towards the front of the house. And so you begin to use the 4 corners of this. Now, this is a 1.5 story. So going upstairs, you get a really great bonus room. As you can see here, they have more than enough room for a pool table plus exercise equipment. And they thought ahead and gave themselves a wet bar as well. So these are elements that really make this space a lot more functional and a half bath. So there's no reason why you can't really enjoy this space in its entirety.
It's really not. And the outdoor space is really magnificent on this. You've got 8-foot privacy fence all the way around the backyard. You've got this big patio that is right there off of the kitchen and the living room. The driveway is an extended size driveway where you've got room if you need to park an RV or a boat, or you've got plenty of room to do that.
So this is 7909 Greenhollow Lane. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, just under 2,800 square feet, priced at $549,900, which brings us in at $197.81 a foot, which is an amazing price for this neighborhood.
It really is. When we were looking at comp values in the neighborhood, it is a really, really good value for the area, especially for
the age of the construction.
Yes, exactly what I was going to say.
It is a gem in that neighborhood.
So if you'd like to see more pictures about it, we've also got a video of the property attached below in some of the links. If you'd like to take a look at the property, let us know. We'd be happy to make that happen.
And we want to say thank you to Stacey Lauren for letting us feature that home.
Yes, Stacey, thank you very much. And with that, we will be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
Welcome back to the second segment of episode 149 of Sold with Up.
So we are going to actually take and pivot this week in the second segment. Typically, we always bring you, good pivot, there you go. Typically, we always bring up something about real estate or have a guest on, and we decided we've never actually done a getting to know us. Now, many of you have listened throughout since 2018, and you've seen us day in and day out, but what do you know about us behind the scenes or when we're home? So we thought we would take and show you some of the things that we like to do in our houses that everybody can enjoy.
So why don't you start?
I will start. So, as many of you know, I like to do art. I like all things art, and recently purchased a home that has an oversized garage and was able to take and commandeer the back portion of the garage to create a studio. And so inside of this studio, I have decided that I will create a painting area, but I've really gotten into ceramics. So as you can see in the first picture here, this is my space, and you can see there's a couple of tables there, and I've got them placed pretty well apart so that I can do different things. The biggest consideration that I have to take is that it gets so hot and so cold. So hopefully in the near future, I will be able to figure this out so that I can use this a lot more year round. I thought when the pandemic first started, we were just going to use it as a gym, but then it's evolved into this, and it's been wonderful. Let's see what else. What else did I take a picture of? This is a slab roller that I use. This actually helps me in ceramics get things more oriented towards building with hands, so that's always great. Let's see this is a piece that I painted and I'm working on. I think the next step is going to be roll that in resin and then cut that out. Here's a better shot of my slab roller and the space behind me. And what I'm working, it's so funny because we've got nephews and nieces that come over and they always like to run back here. Seems like first thing and see what's colorful and new on the wall.
See what Uncle Wesson has.
There you go. That's my wheel, and to the left of my wheel, those are actual, I think they call them kiln furniture, kiln shelves. They are actually being kiln washed so that they can go in and prevent glazes from sticking on those. So they need to dry, and then I'll put another coat on. They'll head to the fire, and that's the kiln. That is the booger that took, I don't know, several months to come in and fired and seasoned, and then everything will be a go on that one. So that is my painting corner, and as you can see, I have done some painting. Actually, recently I did a couple of pieces for clients that we have. Did a triptych and then also did a really large piece for them. So hopefully they enjoy that. And then these are some of the fruits of my labor. This is one of my circular pieces that I do. This one's actually hung. I like it. It was my first one. I will do more. I will get it a little bit smoother. And then this is a really large piece that I did. I think the canvas is 5x5 or 6x6.
Yeah.
I actually had to use Jeff's trailer in order to get this home
Because it
it's
wouldn't fit either of our car.
big. But it turned out really great, and you can see there, I did not make that, but that's a little monkey that I use to kind of light it up. So that's me in a nutshell, what I like to do on the weekends. If I'm not out showing you guys homes or showing your home, that's what I like to do. So eventually I'll have more. And who knows, maybe soon we'll be drinking from a Updike Pugh handmade mug.
You're going to have to make about 100 of them.
Well, you know, we may do some auctioning off or whatever. So anyway, we thought it would be fun to show you. So now that I've shown my little studio, what
So
would
I went a
you
little
like to
broader with
share?
this. We talked about the subject, but we didn't talk about what each of us were going to talk about. So it's interesting. We both went a little different direction with it. So I'm sharing really, I don't have any real specific hobbies other than, riding or scootering or stuff like that, but I'm not an artist at all. But so I thought I'd just share my life and some of the things in it. So first picture is me and my partner, Adrian. I don't know where we took that at. I don't remember. Anyway, just like
good
go out
picture.
and run around, just hang out. We've got a really large group of friends. You can kind of jump through the next pictures if you want. These are two of Adrian's brothers that we just met on a trip to Colombia. We were in Medellin, And it was such a fantastic trip. He had never met these two brothers in person before. We also have 3 dogs, and they're the laziest dogs in the world. This is one of them.
Which
in
one's that one?
her position. That was Echo. This is Cannon in his position. Here's Ranger in his position.
Or Nugget, as I like to call him.
And they're fantastic. We have a really large group of friends. This is one of our our small group. We got together over the holidays. We had all we'd quarantined for a couple of weeks in order to get together. The 2 people on the big screen behind have a baby, and they did not want to risk COVID during the holiday last year, and so
Y'all
we zoomed them in and had our holiday party and just had a blast.
Oh my gosh, it's real time, big time.
Yep. One thing I do enjoy doing in the cold weather is skiing. These are some of my buddies. There's Bob and Ray and Alan, and I can't remember who the guy in the front is. I think I just met him on that trip, but had a great time skiing. This was in Utah, which was my first trip to ski in Utah.
It's great to ski there.
I also like to ride bikes, as you've heard. There's my buddy Ray and David, who's another friend of ours. We meet at North Haven Trail, usually, a couple of times a week at 6:30 or 7 in the morning, and ride that 16-mile round trip. And it's a lot of fun. It's good spending time with friends, even if you don't get to talk to them, because when you're riding, you can't really talk much. This is jumping back to our trip in Medellin. We went to this little city outside of Medellin called Lake Watapo.
I like that.
And this is one of the colonial walkways through the middle of the city that goes out into this really cool plaza that has a really interesting story about the entire city. But Adrian and I love to travel. It is by far one of the best things. That is the Rocket Lake Watapo, which is 700 steps from the bottom to the top, and no, there is no elevator. And we walked all the way up to the top. The views are just spectacular there. Lake Watapo was a man-made lake about 2 hours outside of Medellin, where they literally flooded a town in order to create the lake.
Wow.
But it has turned into energy generation and water supply, and it was just very, very, very important for that region to have a man-made lake when it was done.
Those bright umbrellas, I think that would be a great idea for some shopping center here in Dallas to do, maybe West Village, create a little bit of shade given the fact that it gets so hot in the summer.
Yeah.
And it'd be great for when it rains. I think that'd be a really interesting element and quite colorful as well.
So,
Well, now you know a little more about Jeff and I.
So hope you found that helpful in getting to know us. We would love to work with you. If you're ready to buy or sell a home, let us know, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you.
Yep, and just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.